Alright, I'm gonna make this video public on some date of my choosing, but this is a 911 phone call from November 14th, 2014, and the backstory is that my kids were both sick. One of them got sick earlier than the other one, and they had been with Joel, so Isaac was diagnosed with flu, and Joel wanted me to give him Tamiflu. And during our marriage, we were both against Tamiflu because we both knew it was extremely dangerous. And I was still against it, but Joel decided he was no longer against it and wanted it given to Isaac. And then we got into an email argument about it where I said, no, I'm not giving him Tamiflu. Throw that on the front lawn and throw it down the sewer. Don't give it to my kid. It's against our orders, because our orders have a clause in them saying you can't give the kid psychiatric drugs. And Tamiflu is technically a psychiatric drug because it induces seizures, suicidal thoughts, and it's caused a lot of kids to die, including through suicide. So he didn't care, and he was like just harassing me over and over. So finally I started ignoring him when he texted me and said, like, check your email. And I said, no, I'm not checking my email from you anymore. Go away. And then the next morning, both of my kids were still sick. So I had Toby scheduled to go to the doctor that morning. And then they were supposed to go back to Joel's house after school was out. So in the past, 2 to 3 years prior to this, after the divorce, the kids were always picked up after school hours at pickup time if they were sick. But I didn't realize that when we made our new orders a few months prior to this, that it said I have to drop them off at his house at 8 a.m. if they're sick. So I'm getting ready to take Toby to the doctor because his throat was swollen and he could hardly talk. And I knew that something was wrong with him. So the cops showed up at my house, and I had no idea what was going on, but Joel had already called the police to my house saying that I didn't return them on time. And so I was in shock, and I told the police officer, okay, well, he can come pick them up if he wants. That's fine, but I don't know what you're talking about. They're supposed to be released at 3 or 6. So then I looked down at my phone. I saw it's time for me to leave to go to the doctor, so I got ready to leave to go to the doctor, and he started texting me acting like I was doing something wrong and asked me where I was going. I told him I'm taking Toby to the doctor, and I gave him the address of where I was going. So after I got to the doctor, we'd been sitting in there for a few minutes, and Joel burst into the doctor's office and yelled out that these are my children, and they're in a kidnapped state. And I'm the custodial parent, and I have exclusive medical rights, and I do not consent to them being treated. So at that point, our doctor kicked Susan out of the office. Susan went outside and then made this phone call accusing me of being dangerous around the children. So she goes off and lies about me a bunch in here, and then there's also a recording of me making the same 911 call. But eventually I just told Joel to get out of the office. And then I went and made my statement to the police because he was trying to lie about me. And then I ended up giving him the kids. But when it was all said and done, Toby was diagnosed with a severe upper respiratory infection that was bacterial, not a flu. And I even got a letter from the doctor stating this because Joel was refusing to let Toby have any medicine. So, that whole weekend, Joel, denied medical care to Toby because of, I guess, his insistence on being right or something. It was really, really depressing and sad. So here's the phone call. Okay, I guess I have to start it over. Come on. Alright, I have this on my computer. Sorry, I'm just holding this really weird. I'll try it this way. Of course the internet would go out during the middle of this, wouldn't it?
Friday, November 14th, 2014. The time, 11:31.
Communications, this is Tiffany. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm calling on behalf of my husband. He right now is trying to gain custody of his children who his ex-wife has in custody at a medical center, and she's been very uncooperative. We've already had a McKinney police officer out to her apartment, and she told the officer she didn't know that we were supposed to have them this morning at 7:50. Even though we have signed orders in our possession, and she has a law degree and knows exactly when we're supposed to have them. And anyway, it's been going back and forth, and she's been telling my husband that she will bring them. She told the office.
Actually, I didn't know that because I didn't read his email from the day before showing the portion of the orders that said 8 a.m. And just because I have a law degree doesn't mean I read every piece of paper that he ever sends me. In fact, most of the time I don't read any of it.
So that she would release the kids, and that she didn't know if somebody would pick them up. And so he messaged her and said that I would be there in an hour, and she said no. I will not be able to pick them up, and that she was going to file harassment charges, and it's just really difficult. And even up until this point, she's been telling my husband that she will be releasing them if we are sick. He can choose, and this is really ridiculous. And we've already got a case number from this morning from the officer that went to her apartment. She basically lied to the officer, saying that she was confused and didn't know to release the children, and now she's...
Okay, I didn't lie to the officer. No, I didn't know at all what she was talking about. She was there to do a wellness check, and she totally surprised me. And then she left, and I told her to have Joel come pick them up. It was only after I left my house to go to the doctor's office that he said he was on his way.
Up in Plano at the Omni Medical Center, and my husband's in there with the doctor, and they're having an altercation.
There was no altercation
Inside the office. And I just want to make sure the police officer had said we could request a civil standby in case there's an altercation, because we're trying to get the children.
Yeah, the best thing is...
What they're trying to do is just get the children away from me before I had Toby diagnosed with something, because they didn't want the kids with me because I was arguing with them about Tamiflu. And once Joel found out that Toby had something wrong with him, his argument was that Toby had already been to the doctor the prior day and didn't test positive for the flu. But Toby was sick within the next 2 days, and he had an upper respiratory infection. It was so bad that he could hardly talk.
That's what I would say the best thing for y'all to do is whenever you're trying to get the children,
Yes.
call us beforehand and not...
That's what we're right here, though. Like, the children are with her in the doctor's office. We are parked beside her outside.
Oh my God, the children are in the doctor's office with their mother. Call the police.
And I don't know if she's going to release the children or just put them in the car and drive off. I really don't know.
The address of where you're at now?
Yes, it's 4040, and it's Omni Medical Center at Coit and McDermott.
Okay, and what's the phone number that
And
you're
the
calling
doctor
from?
told me to leave, and
Yeah, she told you to leave because you guys burst into her office and disturbed it and yelled that the kids were being kidnapped and they weren't. And also because you're not the children's mother, and I was, so I was the one presenting my child for treatment, not you.
it's just, it could get really ugly. I really don't know, but being that she's already lied in front of the McKinney officer,
I didn't lie to any McKinney officer.
really don't feel safe in front of this woman.
You don't feel safe because someone you accused of lying said that she was confused? That's really, really scaredy cat to be acting like you're scared because somebody might have lied.
And I just want to make sure when my husband are here with orders in our hands, and we just want to be able to put the kids in our car and take them to where they're safe.
I understand.
Okay, well, if you want to take them to where they're safe, then stealing them from the doctor's office when they're sick and need treatment to take them to your house and deny them antibiotics doesn't make them a whole lot safer than in the doctor's office where there's like 20 people around that are watching how I wasn't being unsafe with them.
What's the phone number that you're calling from?
Is this not playing? Okay, just play. This is freezing up. don't know what's going on here. Must be silenced because of addresses or something. This must just be all the redacted stuff. I don't know. 750? That's awfully far. Let's just go back. Is the internet freezing? Yeah, the internet is freezing. It's okay, I have a copy of this somewhere on my laptop. I'll just hit refresh. It's so weird how every time I'm trying to do something important on the internet, it just freezes. It's weird and annoying. Where were we? 650 or something.
Friday, November 14th, 2014.
Because this is not a situation where we can just get the kids.
Okay. I'm typing some notes. Just give me 1 second, okay?
Perfect. Are you there?
Yes. I'm here.
The biological father and the doctor started arguing with my husband, and it's already a scene in front of the children, which it's just, it could get really ugly. I really don't know, but being the get the children.
Yeah, the best thing is, what I would say the best thing for y'all to do is, whenever you're trying to get the children,
Yes.
call us beforehand and not.
That's what we're right here though. Like the children are with her in the doctor's office. We are parked beside her outside, and I don't know if she's going to release the children or just put them in the car and drive off. I really don't know.
The address of where you're at now?
Yes, it's 4040, and it's Omni.
Actually, they weren't parked right beside me. They were like, I don't know, I think they were somewhere else in the parking lot, and I can't remember, but I think they might have had me blocked in.
Medical Center at Coit and McDermott.
Okay, and what's the
And
number that you're
the
calling?
doctor told me to leave, and it's just, it could get really ugly. I really don't know, but being that she's already lied in front of the McKinney officer, I really don't feel safe in front of this woman.
I don't feel safe because someone lied to an officer. Okay.
And I just want to make sure when my husband and are here with orders in our hands, and we just want to be able to put the kids in our car and take them to where they're safe.
I understand. What's the
Yeah, that's where I was. To where they're safe?
phone
Okay.
number that you're calling from?
You want to be able to make sure the kids are safe, but you don't want them to
Can you
have
repeat that one
treatment.
time
That
for
makes sense.
verification?
Sure.
It makes so much sense. I know that you're really worried about my kids,
Okay.
Susan.
And he's inside with her right now?
He's inside the doctor's office because the kids are being seen by the doctor at this moment. She's telling him that he needs to walk out of the room that
Oh no, call the cops because the kids are at the doctor's office. That sounds like an emergency.
she's taking care of it. And then I was standing there and the doctor told me I need to just leave, that she cannot have more than 2 adults. And he said, well, this is my wife, and
I can't believe a doctor told you to leave, Susan. This is such an emergency.
I'm the biological father, and the doctor started arguing with my husband, and it's already a scene in front of the children, which we were trying
You weren't trying to avoid it because you caused it yourself by calling the police out there.
to avoid. So I don't know what else to do because I can't, we need some kind of legal, help at this point because this is not a situation where we can just get the kids.
Okay. I'm typing some notes. Just give me 1 second, okay?
Okay. So I'm already taking care of it. Just don't worry about it. Tell them we've got it. Yeah. So is she refusing to give them? Perfect. Are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, so there she goes. Is she refusing to give them? Perfect.
I'm here.
Okay, so he just walked out of this medical center and said that she's refusing to give the children to him.
That actually wasn't how it happened at all. Actually, I was sitting in the doctor's office waiting for her to finish her diagnosis. And because Joel's causing a scene, I told him to get out. And then I called the police on him for being a psychopath. But I never refused to give him the children. I was just finishing the doctor's appointment.
Okay. So we're standing outside the medical. Did they ask you to leave? What happened? Did she say? Okay, it was a scene. She's saying she is not going to give the children to him. So that's why I'm calling in advance because
He didn't even have time to answer her, but he's claiming that I didn't give him the children. So because I didn't immediately hand the child over to him in the middle of a doctor's visit, like, that he interrupted within the first, like, 5 to 10 minutes of the visit, then that means I'm not giving the kids to him. That's ridiculous.
Because it's about to go down, and I really need an officer here, please.
What was about to go down? I don't understand. She's, like, having a panic attack on the phone. This is where, of course, my internet freezes again, and I have to start it all over. 3:55. Let's start this over. This is frustrating. Oh well. Let's go to 3:55 again. It's about
Friday,
to go down.
November 14th, 2000.
Some kind of legal, help at this point. This medical center and said that she's refusing to give the children to him.
Okay.
So we're standing outside the medical. Did they ask you to leave in front of the children, which we were trying to avoid?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what else to do because I can't. We need some kind of legal help at this point because this is not a situation where we can just get the kids.
Okay. I'm typing some notes. Just give me 1 second, okay?
Okay. So I'm already taking care of it. Just don't worry about it. Tell them we've got it. Yeah. So is she refusing to give them? Perfect. Are you there?
Yes. I'm here.
Okay, so he just walked out of this medical center and said that she's refusing to give the children to him.
Okay.
So we're standing outside the medical. Did they ask you to leave? What happened? Did she say? Okay, it was a scene. She's saying she is not going to give the children to him. So that's why I'm calling in advance because it's about to go down. And I really need an officer here, please.
Okay. Okay, and you're outside now?
We're outside the building. 4040 Omni Medical Center at amyjamey. I have her license plate as well. Can I give you that in case she's
What kind of vehicle is it?
She has a white 4-door Nissan Pathfinder.
Pathfinder, you said?
Yes.
And what's the license plate?
White. And her name is Amy James. And she is the children's biological mother, but again, we have orders in our possession that the children were supposed to be returned from her Thursday possession at 7:50 this morning. She's already called one child is sick and missing medicine because he has got a doctor's note from being seen at the doctor.
That was also a lie. Joel never sent me with any medicine after I told him I wasn't going to give the Tamiflu. He's not missing any medicine. Tamiflu's not even medicine. It's a drug.
So he's not getting his medicine because medicine's in our possession because we thought we were going to get the children back at 7:50 a.m. per the orders. So it's a big mess. So we're not able to give the children medicine, which we also have with us to try to give them the medicine.
Okay, but Isaac was the only one that had Tamiflu. Toby didn't get any because he wasn't diagnosed with the flu. And as soon as he got diagnosed with upper respiratory infection that needs antibiotics, they refused to give it to him.
And she also called the second child out of school, even though we took him to a doctor and there was nothing wrong with him, and we have a doctor's note saying he should have returned today.
Yeah, why did I take them to the doctor? Because Toby got sick in the time since I picked him up.
She basically just called him out of school and then is now telling a police officer showed up at her door. She played victim and said she didn't know, even though he emailed.
I actually had no idea, and I wasn't playing victim. I was in the middle of cooking breakfast for my kids and making them juice for the illnesses when the police showed up.
Her last night, the orders, again, for her reference, and said I need them at 7:50. It's just a control thing, and it's putting the kids in danger, and she does have mental issues in her past where she's been checked in to a hospital.
Yeah, I went to the hospital in 2004, and this was 10 years later. And I wasn't checked in. I went there voluntarily of my own accord.
And the kids just really aren't safe at this point. And we're supposed to have the children starting today and then all the way through her next time of possession, which is...
And her husband has mental issues also because he tried to kill himself in 1996. Has a scar on his wrist and thinks that he's a woman trapped in a man's body.
Next Thursday.
Okay. And what was your name?
My name is Susan Philo. It's Philo. and my husband is Joel, and that's their biological father, Joel, Philo. And we do have the orders, and we have primary custody of the kids.
Susan doesn't actually have primary custody. It's Joel, not we.
Okay, we do already have officers on their way to assist you with this
Perfect.
at the Omni Medical Center at 4040 McDermott Road.
Perfect.
Just
Thank
wait
you.
outside for them to make contact with you because we don't want it to escalate, okay?
Absolutely.
And if
Thank
for
you.
some reason she does try to leave, give us a call back immediately, okay?
Okay, and yes, and I don't have, like, on this number, or put this on your phone, because I think that they transferred me from the McKinney police, because that's where we were dealing with this morning. Can I get the phone number to reach you immediately?
Yeah, our non-emergency line is 972
972
424
424
5678.
5678. Okay,
Yeah,
I've got
but
it.
if you need to, feel free to call 911, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you.
No problem. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Friday, November 14th, 2014. The time, 11:33.
Plane on 911, what's the address there?
Yes, I have an incident, and I would like to have police back up to my ex-husband.
What is
It's,
the address?
Omni Medical Center of Plano.
Okay, what's the address there?
4040 McDermott Road, Suite 100.
Oh. I'm sorry, say 100 or 400?
Suite 400, it's 4040 McDermott Road.
Oh. And what seems to be the problem there?
My ex-husband is trying to accuse me of kidnapping, and he showed up here, and he said he was going to call the police on me. And I just would like to make a police statement whenever we leave, because he's trying to take him out of my care, and he's not supposed to, I don't think he's supposed to come back until 3, which is fine. They can go with him earlier, but I like the way he showed up, and he accused me of kidnapping. So I just wanted to have someone here make a statement to.
Okay, so he is no longer at the location, is that correct?
No, he's here, but he said he was going to call the police. I just want to make a statement to the police.
Hold on, where is he at now?
He's in the waiting room or something. He showed up here with his wife and tried to basically rip him out of the doctor's office
Okay,
room.
and where are you at?
I'm in the doctor's office exam room.
Okay, let me get your name, please.
It's Amy James.
Sorry, what's the last name?
James.
Like James?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's your contact number for you?